The first time I laid eyes on them, I knew humanity was something special. Raw, primal, a force of nature unleashed upon an unsuspecting galaxy. Their presence as powerful as their intentions were unknown. Their potential as vast as their power was undeniable. Their blades gleamed with a bloody allure, promising swift and merciless retribution to any who dared cross their path, each swing a display of their raw and unfiltered power. Little did we realize, those archaic swords they so cherished would become the stuff of legends, their simple design now a symbol of human strength and resolve, their bloody history now a warning to all who dared to challenge them. It began over half a century ago, during the first tentative steps of humanity's journey among the stars, the Celestia, a cutting-edge exploration vessel, representing the best and brightest Terra had to offer, a symbol of their hopes and their dreams, their every detail a testament to the ambition of their species. Her crew, a hand-picked cadre of scientists, engineers, and military personnel, united by an unquenchable thirst for discovery. Their actions a testament to their curiosity, their exploration of the unknown now about to lead them towards a conflict that would forever change their destiny. They never saw it coming. Patrolling the fringes of the Cran Nebula, the Celestia's sensors picked up an anomalous radiation surge, its presence as intriguing as its source was unknown, a mystery that beckoned to the scientific minds that now drove their every action. Naturally, their scientific teams clamored to investigate, their thirst for knowledge now as powerful as their desire to explore the unknown. This tantalizing mystery, a siren song that drew them towards danger, was about to spark an enduring hatred that burned across decades, a conflict that would forever change the landscape of the galaxy, a battle that would test the very limits of their humanity. What they found would ultimately spark an enduring hatred that burned across decades. The consequences of their actions now a haunting reminder of the fragility of life, the brutality of war, and the devastating price of betrayal. Drifting amidst the kaleidoscopic clouds of stellar dust and gas, their once familiar world now transforming into an alien landscape, hung the unmistakable wreckage of a Kachi scout ship, its hull breached, venting atmosphere in pale wisps against the nebula's iridescent backdrop, a ghostly reminder of the violence that had taken place there. All evidence pointed to a catastrophic drive failure, a mechanical tragedy that would soon become a source of betrayal, their good intentions now about to be shattered by a force they could not have imagined. Ever the explorers, ever the humanitarians, the Celestia moved to render aid to any potential survivors, their compassion a driving force, their good intentions as clear as their actions were deliberate, their hope for peace now a fragile flicker against the darkness. But their mercy would be rewarded with bloody treachery, their kindness now a weakness that would be exploited with cruel indifference. No sooner had they initiated boarding procedures, their hearts filled with compassion, their minds focused on the task of saving lives, their actions a testament to their humanity, then a hail of scorching plasma erupted from the wreckage. A sudden and violent attack that shattered their peaceful approach, their every instinct now screaming for survival. Taken utterly by surprise, their defenses down, their hope for peace now shattered by the brutal reality of the attack. The Celestia gunners were too slow to raise defensive shields, their carefully constructed world now transformed into a nightmarish battleground. Bolt after bolt of superheated munition tore through her armored hull, detonating deep within her vitals. Each blast a brutal blow, a testament to the unexpected power of their attackers. On the bridge, alarms screamed as the cataclysmic damage reports flooded in, their carefully constructed world collapsing around them, the chaos that had been unleashed now a terrifying and undeniable force. Compartments breached, life support failing, main engines offline, their every attempt to regain control now as futile as their hopes for survival. Their carefully constructed world now dissolving before their very eyes. Within the span of mere seconds, the once proud vessel had been transformed into a drifting tomb, the promise of discovery now replaced by the cold, hard reality of death, the carefully constructed world of the Celestia now a collection of shattered dreams. But humanity's first brush with xeno-hostility was far from over, their carefully constructed world now transforming into a battlefield, their hope for survival now a desperate plea against a force that was as terrifying as it was relentless, their lives now hanging in the balance. From the shadows of the nebula, their presence as unexpected as their power was absolute. A trio of massive Kachi warships descended upon the stricken Celestia in a remorseless killing blow, their every action a calculated act of destruction, their desire to kill now as powerful as their technology was advanced. Cutting beams and disruptor lances ravaged her crippled hull, vaporizing anything caught in their hellish wakes. Their assault as brutal as it was efficient, their every action designed to ensure the complete and utter destruction of the vessel they had attacked. Their purpose now as clear as their ruthlessness was complete. The last visuals from the Celestia's camera feeds showed only death, streaks of incandescent energy searing through compartments, reducing living crew to ash, their bodies now as broken as their lives had been full of promise. Their sacrifice now a chilling reminder of the brutal reality of the war they had been forced to fight. Overhead, the warship's gunports glowed malevolently, promising an eternity of oblivion. Their power as vast as their cruelty was absolute, their presence a constant reminder of the violence that had been unleashed upon them. The once proud human starship was reduced to a glowing husk of shattered bulkheads and rapidly cooling debris. Of her crew, numbering nearly 2,000 souls, not a single survivor remained. Their lives now just a fleeting memory. Their sacrifices now a testament to the cruelty of their enemies. Their dreams now extinguished forever. In the years that followed, humanity would learn the terrible truth, the stark reality of their loss now a constant reminder of the cruelty they had endured. The Celestia's destruction was no accident, no mere miscalculation in the fog of war, but a deliberate, unprovoked act of xenocidal aggression by hardline Kachi extremists. Their actions now a testament to their xenophobia, to their brutal and unforgiving nature, to their disregard for all life but their own. These extremists viewed humanity's first interstellar ventures as an existential threat, a terrifying new power that threatened their own dominance, a threat to be eliminated at all costs, their actions driven by fear and paranoia, their hatred as senseless as it was brutal, their carefully constructed world now threatened by the prospect of change. For decades, the atrocity was covered up, buried beneath layers of bureaucracy and political maneuvering. The truth hidden beneath a veil of lies and deception, their actions a testament to their duplicity, to their callous disregard for human life. The Kachi oligarchs had spoken, their words as carefully chosen as their actions were ruthless, their power as vast as their desire to maintain their control. Too much was at stake to risk destabilizing their stranglehold over the region by provoking a war with the upstart humans over a mere misunderstanding. Their self-preservation more important than the lives of those they had destroyed. But humanity had not forgotten, could not forget. Their pain now as raw as the injustice they had suffered. Their memories now a source of both grief and determination. Their desire for retribution now as powerful as their love for their lost comrades. The wound of the Celestia's demise had cut too deeply into the human psyche. Their sense of loss as profound as their thirst for vengeance. Their pain as personal as it was universal. Their actions now a promise that the memory of those who had been lost would never fade. Their sacrifices now a constant reminder of the price they had to pay. Beneath the veneer of cooperation and diplomacy, a slow boil of seething hatred festered, stoked by the memories of those brave explorers so callously slaughtered, their spirits now calling out for justice, their sacrifice a testament to the brutality of their enemies. And so they waited, their resolve hardening, their purpose becoming clear, their every action now driven by a need to avenge the fallen, to balance the scales of justice, to show the galaxy the true meaning of human fury, their desire for retribution now a driving force, their commitment to this cause unwavering. They bided their time, watched the Kachi's every move, studied their strategies, their fleets, their defenses, their actions now a carefully planned deception, a way to lull their enemies into a false sense of security, their plans now as intricate as they were lethal. Rebuilt their own forces in silent preparation for the day when the scales would finally be balanced, when the price of their betrayal would finally be paid, their every action now designed to ensure their victory, to crush those who had sought to destroy them, to show the galaxy that humanity was not to be underestimated. That day came sooner than anyone could have anticipated. Their carefully laid plans now about to be unleashed. Their carefully constructed world now about to be transformed by the fury of human retribution. It was supposed to be a routine diplomatic mission to the human homeworld of Terra. A carefully orchestrated charade designed to further the illusion of peace, to soothe the tensions that had been building beneath the surface, their every action as empty as their words were false. Ambassador Krax represented the Kachi sovereignty's interests as a junior aide, my own naivete now a source of bitter regret, my actions now a constant reminder of the brutality I had come to witness. The moment our transport ship breached the planet's atmosphere, alarms blared through the corridors, their screeching wail a harbinger of the chaos that was about to be unleashed. The peace that they had sought now shattered, the carefully constructed world of diplomacy now as useless as their lies had always been. We were under attack, their carefully constructed world now crumbling before their eyes, their every action a desperate attempt to survive, their arrogance now replaced by a terror that chilled them to the bone. Status report. Ambassador Ill demanded, her tentacles writhing with barely contained fury, her carefully constructed composure now crumbling under the weight of the threat they now faced, her power now reduced to nothing but a desperate plea, her gaze as sharp as her words were shrill. Orbital defense platforms are firing upon us. A panicked ensign cried, his voice trembling, his face contorted with fear, the carefully constructed illusion of their power now crumbling before their very eyes, their every action now a desperate attempt to survive the violence that was now being unleashed upon them. They're not responding to hails. Impossible! The ambassador screamed, her voice laced with disbelief, her careful world now falling apart, her arrogant confidence now replaced by a desperate terror. The humans assured us safe passage. The ship lurched violently as explosions rocked its hull. Their careful plans now useless, their fate now sealed, their carefully constructed world now transforming into a nightmare. Through the viewports, I witnessed swarms of human fighter craft swarming towards us, their movements as swift as their purpose was clear, their power as absolute as their will to destroy, their archaic projectile weapons spitting tongues of scorching plasma, their relentless advance as terrifying as it was unstoppable. They've gone feral, someone shrieked, his voice as sharp as his despair was real, his carefully constructed world now in ruins, his fear now as overwhelming as the threat they faced. Get us out of here! But it was too late. Their fate now sealed, their carefully constructed plans now crumbling into nothing but a pile of ash and dust, their power now reduced to nothing but a desperate plea, their hope for escape as futile as their attempts to control the situation. With a final, catastrophic blast, our ship's engines failed, and we plummeted towards the arid surface of Terra in a screaming freefall, their descent as terrifying as it was inevitable, their lives now as fragile as their hope was distant, the end now as swift as it was certain. I awoke sometime later, my carapace cracked, embedded in the smoldering wreckage of our transport, the world a chaotic mess of fire and death, my senses overwhelmed by the smell of burnt ozone and charred flesh, the reality of their situation now as stark and as undeniable as the pain that now consumed me, the carefully constructed world I had known now reduced to a pile of ashes, a harsh reminder of their own mortality. Barely conscious, I dragged myself from the ruins, my body aching, my mind reeling, my spirit crushed by the devastation I had witnessed, the power of the human attack now a terrifying reality, their actions a testament to their strength, their purpose now as clear as their will was absolute. The scene before me a hellish landscape of destruction and despair. To find a scene of utter devastation, the horror of what had transpired now a chilling reality. My carefully constructed world now shattered into a million tiny pieces. Human warriors in archaic battle dress surrounded us, their faces twisted into savage snarls beneath armored helms, their expressions as cold as their hearts were hard, their eyes as empty as their purpose was clear. At their hips hung those primitive swords, almost mocking in their brutal simplicity, their every detail as stark as their intent was ruthless, a stark reminder of the power and the ferocity of the human race. The very weapons they had so readily derided now about to be used against them, their arrogance now a source of bitter regret. One of the beasts leveled a wicked-looking rifle at my face. His touch as rough as his voice was menacing. His threat now a direct challenge to my very existence, a promise of retribution that was as terrifying as it was absolute. His gaze as cold as his heart was hard. "Don't even think about it, Buggy," he growled in the guttural human language, each word a low, dangerous rumble, his every action as brutal as his purpose was clear. "One wrong move, and I'll paint this rock with your xeno-guts." His words a brutal reminder of the power that humanity now wielded. His hatred as potent as his weapon was deadly. His intent as clear as his resolve was strong. Dazed, my mind racing with a mixture of fear and confusion, my body trembling with a mixture of shock and terror, I could only raise my foreclaws and surrender, my actions as automatic as my thoughts were chaotic, my world now spinning out of control, the once powerful representative of a great empire now reduced to a broken and terrified prisoner. What madness had consumed these people? Why? The answer came soon enough, a terrifying revelation of the cruelty and the brutality of the human heart. I was dragged before their supreme military leader, my every move as painful as it was humiliating, the reality of my situation now as harsh and unforgiving as the knowledge of my impending doom. The truth unfolded like a cosmic horror, a tale of treachery and betrayal, a revelation that shattered my carefully constructed world, a reminder of the consequences of my people's past actions. Decades ago, the Kachi had committed an unforgivable atrocity, a cold-blooded massacre that had been hidden beneath layers of bureaucracy and political maneuvering, the weight of their sins now as heavy as the reality of their past. We had fired upon and destroyed one of humanity's first interstellar exploration vessels, slaughtering its crew without provocation. Their brutal actions now a testament to their xenophobia, to their callous disregard for all life but their own, their attack a cold, calculated act of violence that would come to haunt them for the rest of their days. In a bout of xenophobic paranoia, our ancestors had destroyed their vessel, and all those who had been on board, their cruelty now as potent as their cowardice, their actions a reminder of the brutality that lay hidden beneath their carefully constructed veneer of civilization. For years, the humans had bided their time, allowing us to believe we had escaped consequence for our actions, their silence as deceptive as their careful planning, their true intent now as clear as their thirst for revenge was strong. But they never forgot, never forgave. Their memories now a source of both grief and determination, their desire for justice now as strong as their love for those who had fallen, their carefully constructed world now about to be transformed by their righteous fury. They merely waited for the perfect opportunity to strike, their every action now designed to inflict the greatest pain, to ensure that their vengeance would be as complete as it was devastating. The slow boil of human rage now about to be unleashed on the unsuspecting galaxy. And now, that retribution had finally come, their fury as intense as it was brutal, their vengeance now a terrifying reality, their carefully constructed world now crumbling beneath the weight of their actions. The supreme human military commander snarled into my face, his voice like a knife, his words like a curse, a grizzled veteran whose eyes burned with the intensity of 1,000 supernovas. His gaze as cold as his heart was hard, the man who had now become the instrument of their doom. "You underestimated us," he spat, his words as sharp as his gaze was cold, his every action a testament to his anger, to his need to see his people avenged, a brutal honesty that was as terrifying as it was undeniable. Flecks of spittle striking my carapace, his disgust as tangible as his power was absolute. "Thought those swords made us primitives, didn't you?" he taunted, his voice laced with a mixture of hatred and bitterness, his words as brutal as the weapons that had claimed so many of their lives. "Well, now you'll learn just how primitive we can truly be." With a curt hand gesture, his actions as sharp as his purpose was clear, the signal for the carnage that was about to be unleashed, the command that would seal their fate, the signal for the beginning of his people's long-awaited revenge, the culmination of their pain and their suffering, the moment that would forever change the course of their history. The commander beckoned his troops forward. What unfolded next became seared into my nightmares for all eternity. A terrifying vision of the brutal power of the human heart, a reminder of the consequences of their actions, a scene of such savage violence that it would forever haunt my dreams. Human warriors fell upon us with reckless abandon, a crimson tide of flashing blades and bestial savagery. Their swords, those crudely forged blades we had so derided, now instruments of death and destruction, their power as undeniable as their purpose was clear, their actions a testament to their unwavering determination, their hearts filled with a desire for vengeance that was as potent as it was terrifying. They cleaved through our ranks with horrifying ease, their attacks as brutal as they were relentless, their skill as warriors as impressive as their rage was absolute, their every move now designed to inflict maximum pain, to show us the true meaning of human fury. Crimson geysers erupted as limbs were severed, carapaces shattered by the sheer ferocity of the human onslaught, each strike a testament to their strength, each blow a reminder of the lives that had been lost, their every action a brutal act of retribution, their hatred now as sharp as their blades were cruel. Those who turned to flee were cut down without mercy, their broken bodies left to bake beneath Terra's blazing suns, a grim reminder of the fate that awaited those who crossed them, their suffering now as public as it was deserved, their lives now a testament to the futility of their arrogance, their bodies now a lesson for those who sought to underestimate their power. Through it all, the humans showed no remorse, no pity, only a grim determination to exact their bloody vengeance upon us for the Celestia's demise, the memory of their fallen comrades now a powerful motivator, their thirst for justice now a driving force, their actions now a testament to their unwavering loyalty, to their desire to avenge the deaths of those they had sworn to protect. Their battle cries reverberated across those scarred plains like thunderclaps of primal fury, a terrifying cacophony of hatred and vengeance that echoed across the landscape. For the Celestia, no quarter for Xeno scum. Humanity prevails. The slaughter was over, and in what felt like the blink of an eye, I found myself the sole survivor, surrounded by a churning sea of mangled bodies and severed appendages. The aftermath of the battle a grim reminder of the brutality that humanity had unleashed, their power now as undeniable as their purpose was clear, their actions now a testament to the true depths of their capacity for violence. The humans gathered the few prisoners they deemed valuable, binding us in archaic manacles and chains, the contrast between their advanced technology and their seemingly primitive methods as disturbing as it was fascinating, their every action now designed to control them, to keep them in check, their power as absolute as their authority was complete. As I was hauled away, my body aching, my heart heavy with despair, my carefully constructed world now completely destroyed, I caught a glimpse of the Supreme Commander inspecting the gruesome trophies claimed by his warriors. A teetering pile of severed heads and limbs, looted from the dead, a macabre display of the power and brutality of humanity. His eyes shone with a grim satisfaction, his carefully constructed mask slipping for just a moment, revealing a glimpse of the cold, hard heart that beat beneath, his purpose now as clear as his resolve was strong. Let this be a message to those who would underestimate humanity, he bellowed to the bloodied ranks, his voice a challenge to any who dared to oppose them, his words now as sharp as his gaze was cold, his actions now designed to instill fear, to solidify his control over his people. We are not some primitive race to be trifled with. Our blades will always be sharper, our resolve stronger than any who dare raise a hand against us, or those under our protection. His gaze found mine, cold and utterly devoid of mercy, his words a promise of doom, a threat that chilled me to the bone. There is no greater friend, no worse enemy than the human race. Remember that, xenofilth. Those words burned themselves into my consciousness, echoing through the decades like a solemn warning, a constant reminder of the power that humanity now wielded, a testament to the brutality of their justice, their actions now as unavoidable as their consequences were severe. The careful world I had once known now shattered by the force of their fury. their name now etched into the stars as a force to be reckoned with. The humans call that day the Crimson Tide, a single, brutal stroke that carved their name into the stars as a force to be reckoned with, a day when the carefully constructed world of the galaxy was turned upside down by the power of human will. And those archaic swords we so derided, they have become symbols of humanity's strength, their blades forever stained with the blood of those who dared underestimate their primal ferocity. Their simple design now a testament to the power and the brutality of humanity's response to injustice, their legacy now as terrifying as their presence was real. In the years following the Crimson Tide, humanity's actions took an unexpectedly benevolent turn that reverberated across the galaxy, transforming their reputation from a barbaric and savage threat to a force for good. Their response to the massacre they had endured as inspiring as their brutality had been terrifying. What could have descended into an era of brutal subjugation instead blossomed into something far more uplifting, a testament to the compassion and the mercy that lay beneath their fierce and unforgiving nature, a stark reminder of the duality of human nature, of their capacity for both terrible acts of cruelty and acts of selfless compassion, their actions now a promise of a better future. The tale of the Crimson Tide did indeed take on mythic proportions amongst the Kachi and other races, their legend spreading across the galaxies, their story now a testament to the human spirit. But rather than serving as a harsh warning of humanity's wrath, their power now a source of both fear and inspiration, it became a stark reminder of their noble spirit and uncompromising moral fortitude, a testament to their commitment to justice, to their willingness to forgive even the most heinous of crimes, their actions now driven by a desire to build a better world, their every effort now focused on the creation of a more peaceful and equitable future. Holovids and documentaries, recounting the event in vivid detail, flooded the galactic infosphere, their influence now as vast as their power was absolute, their purpose now as clear as their message was profound. However, their purpose was not to revel in vengeance, to celebrate the destruction they had wrought. Their focus now as fixed on the lessons they had learned as their eyes had once been set on the destruction of their enemies. But to educate and enlighten, their every action now driven by a desire to prevent the kind of horrors they had been forced to endure, their purpose now as clear as their message was powerful. With each retelling, the same profound message rang out, a testament to the true spirit of humanity, their words now as powerful as their actions had been decisive. There is no greater friend to all free peoples than those who fought to defend the ideals of justice and liberty. Their words a promise to their allies, a warning to their enemies, a statement of purpose that echoed across the galaxy. Their every move now designed to create a better future, to build a world that was based on equality and compassion, not power and fear. On that blood-soaked day on worlds across the galaxy, the story of the Crimson Tide became a rallying call against tyranny and oppression in all its forms, their bravery a source of inspiration, their actions a symbol of resistance, their every move now designed to dismantle the foundations of injustice and fear. Regimes that had long ruled through fear and intimidation found their power eroding, their carefully constructed worlds now crumbling before their eyes, their carefully built empires now threatened by a force they could not control, their carefully crafted illusions of power now shattered by the unwavering determination of humanity. As their subjugated populations drew inspiration from humanity's righteous crusade, their desire for freedom now as strong as their hope was real, their carefully constructed lives now transforming, their every action now a step towards a future that was as just as it was free. Even amongst the Kachi themselves, the fires of rebellion were stoked by the tales that were told and retold, their actions now driven by a new sense of purpose, their desire for change now as potent as their previous submission had been absolute. Mothers no longer threatened their children with humanity's terrible wrath, their words now a reflection of the change that was taking place, their carefully constructed fears now replaced by a new hope for the future, the new generation now being taught the value of human compassion and the power of resilience, their hearts now filled with a desire for a better world, but instead filled their ears with tales of human compassion and heroism in the face of unfathomable provocation. Their actions now a testament to the power of the human spirit, their lessons now a guide for their future, Their past now a reminder of the mistakes they must never repeat. Their hope now as strong as their desire for change. Drill instructors invoked the Crimson Tide, not to instill fear in their recruits. Their training now focused on more than just warfare, but to instill in them the same unshakable resolve and commitment to justice that drove humanity's warriors to fight against all odds. Their actions a testament to the power of human will, the strength of their convictions now a driving force. And veteran soldiers, those who had witnessed the full horror of the Crimson Tide firsthand, their bodies now as scarred as their minds, did not whisper out of dread. No, their hushed tones spoke of awe and reverence for the indomitable human spirit that refused to be cowed or broken. Even in the darkest hour, their words now a testament to the power of hope, the enduring strength of their souls, the enduring power of the human spirit, their experiences now a source of wisdom, a guide for their future. You see, the assault on Terra was indeed the result of decades of meticulous strategizing by humanity's military and political leaders, their every move carefully planned, their every action a testament to their skill and their resolve, their long-held secrets now about to be revealed, their power now as vast as their influence was absolute. But their ultimate aim was not mere vengeance or conquest. Their purpose as clear as their hearts were just, their intentions pure, their every move designed to create a new and better world, a testament to their understanding of their responsibility to protect not just their people, but all free beings, their plan now a vision of a future filled with hope and justice, their careful actions now designed to transform the very fabric of the galaxy, to create a world where tyranny was replaced by freedom, fear by hope, and hatred by compassion. But to send an unmistakable message that such unprovoked acts of aggression would never be tolerated. Their actions now as decisive as they were brutal, their retaliation as swift as it was complete, their resolve now as unwavering as their desire for justice was absolute. In the wake of that opening salvo, humanity could have effortlessly crushed the Kachi war machine and subjugated our worlds through sheer military might, their power as absolute as their technology was advanced, their victory now as assured as it was inevitable. But they chose a vastly more difficult path, one of lasting reconciliation and mutual understanding, their power now used as a force for good, their actions now as merciful as their brutality had once been terrifying, their every move now driven by a desire to build a better world, to create a future that was as just as it was free. Rather than reducing our cities to ashes, a goal that was well within their power, their military tactics as brutal as their weaponry was destructive, human battle groups focused their efforts on systematically dismantling our orbital weapon platforms and shipyards, their actions now a calculated attempt to disarm their enemy, not through destructive bombardment, but via precisely targeted salvos that rendered them inoperable without loss of life, their control now as complete as it was merciful, their actions now as a testament to their commitment to a peaceful resolution. The impenetrable blockades they established were not constructed to starve our worlds into submission, their power now used for the protection of the innocents, not for the subjugation of their enemy, their intentions as good as their actions were precise. Instead, they became conduits for a truly staggering influx of humanitarian aid, their actions now as compassionate as their earlier violence had been terrifying, their every move now designed to help those who had suffered the most, to heal the wounds that had been inflicted by the tyranny of their past. Emergency shipments of food, medicine, reconstruction materials, and more. Within weeks, the human fleets had effectively deprived the Kachi oligarchy of any capability to wage open warfare, their military strength now unmatched, their power now beyond reproach, their actions as decisive as their compassion was real, their victory now as complete as it was absolute, their triumph as just as it was necessary. But they did not follow up with an invasion of subjugated troops, their every action a testament to their commitment to peace, their every decision driven by their desire for justice, their rule now as benevolent as their earlier aggression had been unforgiving. Rather, they extended an olive branch and invited our leaders to negotiate a lasting peace, their desire for reconciliation as strong as their thirst for vengeance had once been, their every move now designed to bridge the divide that had separated them for so long, their hope for a better future now a beacon that guided their actions, their wisdom now as powerful as their resolve was strong. Those talks were not one-sided dictations. but a true dialogue between newly humbled equals, each side now recognizing their own fallibility, each side now seeking a path towards reconciliation, each word now a step towards building a lasting peace. The humans did not impose draconian sanctions or make outrageous demands for reparations, their actions now as generous as their earlier power had been absolute. Their every move now designed to build a relationship based on respect and mutual understanding. Their justice now as compassionate as their power was immense. They simply required our commitment to standing down all military forces and allowing the free democratic election of a new government. Committed to peace, their actions now as selfless as they were powerful. Their every move now a testament to their desire for a future free from the oppression they had fought to dismantle. When a few hardline oligarchs refused these reasonable terms, their greed and arrogance now as potent as their power had been absolute, and attempted to rally pockets of resistance, their desperate attempt to regain control as futile as their purpose was corrupt, it was not human blades that cut them down. No, their own people turned against them, having been inspired by the example of human compassion and the promise of a future free from oppression. Their actions now a testament to the power of the human spirit. Their every move now designed to create a new and better world, to dismantle the old systems that had sought to destroy them. I will never forget watching the Capitol's inner sanctums being stormed, not by sword-wielding human warriors, but by tens of thousands of my own people, united in righteous defiance of the corrupt regime that had led us down this dark path. Their actions now a testament to the power of human influence, their love for their people now as strong as their hate for their oppressors. The oligarchs did not die impaled on archaic blades. Their power now as useless as their lies had been empty, but instead they faced the judgment of their own courts, their carefully constructed world now crumbling before their eyes, the consequences of their actions now as unavoidable as their fate was deserved. They were tried and sentenced for crimes against their own people, many receiving prison terms, but crucially, the humans insisted that none should face execution, their compassion now a constant reminder of their true nature, their justice now as merciful as it was righteous, their belief in the power of redemption now a beacon of hope in the darkness. We fight for life, not deal in death, the human ambassador had declared, his every action designed to show the galaxy the true extent of human compassion. His words a testament to their commitment to justice, to their unwavering desire to protect all life, their actions now driven by a power that transcended even the brutality of war, their every move a step towards building a better future. When the fires of rebellion were finally extinguished, the last vestiges of the old regime crumbling into dust, humanity did not claim ownership over our worlds. Their carefully constructed strategy now about to be fulfilled, their control as strong as their power was absolute, their actions now a testament to their magnanimity, their every decision now a step towards a lasting peace. They merely stood as honored allies and guides, their presence as reassuring as it was inspiring, their actions as generous as they were selfless, their guidance as wise as their intent was clear, their leadership now a beacon of hope in a world that had been transformed by their actions. As we began rebuilding our society along democratic principles, their commitment to our success as strong as their determination to protect our freedom, their generosity as boundless as their compassion was sincere, their every move now driven by a desire to help us to heal from centuries of oppression and violence. Yet their role went far beyond that of advisors, their actions now a testament to their genuine desire to see us succeed, their every effort now focused on helping us rebuild a better future, their dedication to our well-being a powerful force that transformed our world. The humans immersed themselves in the colossal task of helping us heal from centuries of oppression and violence, their every action now driven by a need to see us succeed, their determination now a beacon of hope in a world that had been so badly shattered by hate and deceit, their compassion now a guiding light on a journey towards a better future. It was not enough to simply overthrow the oligarchs, their past a constant reminder of the forces that had tried to destroy them, their carefully constructed system now a symbol of the corruption they had fought so hard to overcome, the lessons they had learned now a driving force in their desire to create a just society. We needed to uproot their corrupt ideologies at every level, to transform not just our institutions but our very way of thinking, to heal the wounds that had been inflicted upon generations by their carefully constructed lies, to dismantle the structures of oppression that had controlled them for so long. Human educators and philosophers worked tirelessly to reform our institutions of learning, purging them of the xenophobic dogma and revisionist historical narratives that had been force-fed to generation after generation, their actions as selfless as they were effective, their every lesson a step towards creating a more peaceful and tolerant world. In their place, new curricula were implemented that celebrated diversity, empathy, and the fundamental value of all sentient life, their efforts now designed to ensure that such acts of violence would never be repeated, their new philosophy now as potent as their technology had once been feared. On the streets of our cities, human aid workers could be found alongside Kachi volunteers, their every action a collaboration, a testament to the power of unity, their shared purpose now a bridge between their two races, their goal now a world that was as fair as it was free, distributing food, medicine, and supplies to the masses that had been so grievously neglected by their former masters, their actions now driven by a genuine compassion, their every move a step towards healing, towards rebuilding, towards the creation of a better future for all. Traveling clinics, staffed by human and Kachi doctors alike, provided free medical care to those who had never known such compassion from their government. Their every action now an act of healing, their collaboration now a testament to their shared humanity, their efforts now directed towards building a future that was as bright as their past had been dark. Perhaps most importantly, the humans worked with us to build a new justice system, founded upon inviolable principles of equality, due process, and restorative reform, their commitment to justice now as absolute as their actions were designed to promote the well-being of all, their law now as merciful as their judgment had once been fierce, their every action a step towards creating a future that was free from oppression. The brutal penal colonies of the old regime were dismantled, their foundations now crumbling beneath the weight of their own injustice, and their populations were gradually reintegrated into society. Through rehabilitation programs, a testament to the human belief in the power of redemption, their actions as compassionate as they were powerful, their every move now designed to bring the lost back into the fold, to heal the broken, to guide them towards a path of recovery. It was a long, arduous process, undoing the damage wrought by the oligarchs' tyrannical rule, their influence as pervasive as their control had been absolute, their every act a deliberate attempt to suppress the spirit of freedom. There were setbacks, stumbles, and more than a few uprisings by those still clinging bitterly to the old ways, their hearts poisoned by hatred and resentment, their minds clouded by fear and paranoia, their actions now as desperate as their cause was lost, their every move designed to maintain the carefully constructed world of oppression that had defined their existence. But at every turn, the humans met violence with an indomitable wall of peaceful resistance, their actions as disciplined as they were resolute, their every move as designed to de-escalate the situation, to bring peace to the chaos that surrounded them, their commitment to their ideals a testament to their unwavering belief in a better world. They met hatred with compassion, fear with courage, violence with a steadfast refusal to abandon the path of righteousness, their every action a testament to their humanity. Their actions now driven by a desire for lasting peace, their influence now a powerful force for change. I can still remember the day everything changed, the moment when the people's faith in humanity's benevolent guidance became unshakable, the moment when their carefully constructed fears were finally replaced by a sense of hope, a testament to the power of human compassion, the enduring strength of the human spirit, the promise of a better future now as real as their hope was profound. It occurred during one of the largest uprisings, when a heavily armed cadre of oligarch dead-enders attempted to assassinate the human ambassador and reclaim control through fear and intimidation, their actions as desperate as they were futile, their attempt to seize power now as weak as their lies had always been, their careful plans now about to be undone by the very forces they had sought to control. When their attack was finally repulsed, the human forces as strong as their resolve was unwavering, their tactics as precise as their movements were swift, the careful plan of their enemies now completely dismantled, their every action now a testament to their superior skill, To their understanding of strategy and warfare, the assassins were at their mercy, their fate now completely in their hands. By that point, many of us expected swift retaliation. For these terrorists to be made examples of humanity's wrath, a violent display of retribution that would leave a lasting mark on those who sought to challenge their authority. Their actions now as predictable as their carefully crafted propaganda. Instead, the ambassador addressed the captured assassins and the watching crowds, his voice amplified across every public channel, his words now a testament to his power, his gaze now fixed on the future, his tone as compassionate as his message was clear, his leadership a beacon of hope in a world that was still trembling from the shock of violence, his actions now a promise of a better future for all. Today, you have seen the depths of depravity to which the old regime's philosophy inevitably led. He said, his voice as calm as it was powerful, his words a challenge to their past, a call for change, a testament to his belief in the power of human potential. A path of hatred, violence, and utter disregard for the sanctity of life. You have witnessed where that road ends. A destiny of eternal darkness and bloodshed. His words gave way to a deafening silence, as the masses hung on his every syllable, their hearts as open as their minds, his every action now a promise of a new beginning. But I say to you now, there is another way, a greater path, illuminated by the flames of knowledge and truth, a road that shuns bloodshed and embraces compassion as the greatest virtue. Raising his hand, his actions as purposeful as his words were heartfelt, his very presence a reminder of the power he now wielded, the respect he had earned through his actions, through his empathy, through his unwavering commitment to justice, the power of his leadership as undeniable as his message was clear. The ambassador made a gesture, and the assassin's shackles audibly disengaged, clattering to the ground, their freedom now a gift, their past now a matter of choice, their future now their own to shape, their lives now transformed by the generosity of their enemies. You are all free beings, the architects of your own destinies, he said, his voice filled with a mixture of hope and determination, his actions now a call to action, his words now a promise of a better future, his every action now a testament to his commitment to justice, to his belief in the power of humanity, to his unwavering faith in their capacity for growth. The choice is yours, to cling to the hatred of the past, or to stride boldly towards the light of a new beginning. The road will not be easy, but we will walk it together, as one people, united in the cause of peace and prosperity for all. On that day, I saw the truth of the human spirit laid bare, a testament to their unwavering commitment to justice, their endless capacity for compassion, their ability to rise above the hatred and pain they had endured, to choose forgiveness over retribution, to create a better future in the face of such overwhelming brutality. Their transformation now complete, their actions now a promise of hope. They had come to our world as conquerors, swords in hand and righteous fury burning in their hearts, their purpose as clear as their resolve was strong. But when the blades finally fell, they sheathed them without hesitation and offered an open hand in friendship, their actions a testament to their true nature, their every move now driven by a desire for peace, to see the universe unite in a spirit of cooperation and understanding, to build a world that was free from the fear and violence they had been forced to endure. There was no grim satisfaction among the human overseers and advisors who took up positions across Kachi space, their carefully constructed world now a testament to their compassion, their actions now as selfless as they were just, their influence now a force for good, their hope now a beacon of light for all to see. Their faces shone with hope and determination, to see us join the galactic community as peaceful, free-thinking equals, their purpose now as pure as their strength was undeniable, their wisdom now a beacon that would guide us towards a better future. The grand archway I passed through each morning, a structure built from the melted hulls of warships, a testament to the destructive power of the war they had survived, is indeed constructed from the melted hulls of warships, the remnants of their violent past now transformed into a symbol of hope, the weapons that once brought death now a foundation for life, their power now a tool for peace. But it is not a monument to subjugation. It is the Kachi Memorial Gate, its arch pillars engraved with the names of every one of our people who perished due to the oligarchs' warmongering folly. Their sacrifice now a constant reminder of the cost of their mistakes. Their lives now a call to action, a plea for peace, a testament to the need for truth and justice. And that towering statue is not of a human warrior, bearing an archaic blade, thrusting defiantly towards the stars. Their past now a source of shame, their future now transformed by their new understanding of humanity, their actions now driven by a need to heal the wounds of the past. It is the Celestia Memorial, depicting a powerfully built human male, his muscles as hard as his heart was kind, his gaze now fixed on the future, his past now a distant memory, his actions now driven by a desire to protect and to serve, his fist raised in resilient defiance, but cradling a Kachi child in his other arm, shielding the youth from harm, his humanity now as powerful as his strength, his compassion now as real as his power was undeniable, their future now as safe as his protection was complete, their lives now as meaningful as their potential was vast. The statue's face is indeed twisted with intensity and determination, but the expression is one of protection, not fury, his every action now driven by a desire to protect the innocent, to create a better future for all. His presence now as much a symbol of hope as it was a testament to his power. And the eyes, rather than burning with hatred's flames, shine with a profound compassion and empathy. For you see, in that moment, when the swords were finally sheathed, humanity became an enduring symbol of our race's highest ideals given form, a testament to the power of forgiveness, to the strength of compassion, to the enduring nature of the human spirit. They were the embodiment of our potential for greatness, achieved through courage, reason, and an inextinguishable love for all living beings, their every action now a step towards a world that was as peaceful as it was just, their every choice a testament to their enduring humanity. The humans could have defeated us through overwhelming force and fear, their power now as vast as their technology was advanced, their victory now as assured as it was absolute, their strength now as undeniable as their ability to destroy. But instead, they conquered our hearts and minds by displaying nobility, restraint, and an unshakable commitment to the values we had so callously disregarded. Their true power now revealed in their capacity for compassion, in their willingness to offer forgiveness, in their ability to choose peace over war, their strength as great as their mercy was complete, their actions a testament to their unwavering humanity. Justice, freedom, harmony, their every action now designed to ensure that such atrocities would never be repeated, their influence a promise of a new beginning, a world that was as fair as it was free, a future where the lessons of the past would never be forgotten. So let the tale of the Crimson Tide live on, but as a shining beacon of human virtue, not a harsh judgment against our sins. Their suffering now transformed into a message of hope, their sacrifice now a call to action, their story now a reminder of the power of compassion, of the importance of forgiveness, of the need to strive for a better world. Let it serve as a reminder that there is no greater friend to those who cherish peace and liberty than the indomitable human spirit. Their actions now a beacon of hope, their every word now as powerful as their deeds were inspiring. Their blades may have once cut crimson paths across our worlds, but it was the strength of their convictions and the purity of their intentions that truly shed light into our darkness and showed us the way towards reconciliation. The past now a source of wisdom, the future now a promise of endless possibilities. Humanity is not a force to be underestimated or feared. They are a stellar civilization to be embraced, emulated, and above all respected, as beacons of everything our own people should strive to become, their every action a testament to their commitment to justice, their desire for peace, their power now a force for good in the universe, their story a reminder of the true potential of humanity, the power of compassion, the enduring strength of the human spirit. So heed the tale of the Crimson Tide, for it lays bare the soul of humanity, in all its terrible, beautiful glory. Cherish their friendship, but never forget, there is no worse enemy than those who wield the blades of terror.